All right, everyone, welcome back for the episode of Carnivore Trades. Today is Thursday, October 17th, 2024. If you guys haven't already, please give the video a thumbs up. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Come find me on carnivoretrades.com for swing trading alerts, analysis, and live day trading. Again, on sale for the rest of the month, 60% off your first month, and site-wide, everything else on the site. Lots of deals. Anyways, let's get into it today. So we got a couple things out here. Uranium still on fire. We had the failed breakout attempt in NVDA, and we got Netflix earnings after the bell. Also TSM this morning, obviously, which we can talk about as well. Markets here today really quiet. I talked about this morning in the trading room before we even got started. It said that we're probably going to see a whipsaw day, and I don't really think we're going to trend. And we should probably, not chase breakouts here. And I even pointed this exact setup out. I should have taken it a little bit more seriously. It would have been a nice play, but you can see here right on the ES, I didn't take it. I just kind of laid the scenario out. I didn't think it was actually going to happen this quickly, but we had a nice little hit of that double top, breakout for one candle, and then big slice down. And I tweeted about this as well this morning, specifically on NVIDIA, and I said, if NVIDIA is everybody on Twitter today, NVIDIA, all-time highs, that's all it was all morning. And I said, this is, they're going to take this back down. It's OpEx week. And looking at where we opened, if this was strong, shouldn't it just open above the all-time high? Like, just trap everyone, right? Just if it's strong, why can't you just open it up? You opened at 139.34. What's another dollar? If it's that strong, it should be able to do that, right? So I would just gapped it right up. TSM, on the other hand, very strong. It did come back in by the end of the day, but it pumped pretty good for about 2 hours. But nonetheless, a little bit of a failed breakout, not making a lot out of it. SPY 582 is going to hold for the end of the day. That's kind of the low end here of the range, and we're just kind of waiting on Netflix right now. And I think Netflix looks supportive, at least to 700, maybe even above. So Netflix looks pretty good, at least as far as the GEX for tomorrow. And again, tomorrow's OpEx. Maybe Netflix will help us out here and we can trend tomorrow. But I didn't think we were going to get that today, and we didn't. Overall, no problems with the market. Still inside of the highs. We did make a new all-time high briefly. Obviously came back in, and we're just inside of this range here. So not really much has changed. Again, still don't really love much in terms of setups for swing trades on the SPX or triple Qs. Mainly just because buying up here is kind of a chase. Shorting without confirmation of a high volume sell is also even more risky. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. Triple Qs up 1/3%. We'll see what Netflix does. Maybe they can pump that to 5. IWM still very strong despite being down. Just an inside hammer. So no problems there. I think that's setting up. Monthly's getting ready. So that's still looking good. Dow here, new all-time high, new all-time closing high. We'll see what it does tomorrow. Not really great price action intraday, right? Like not a very convincing gap, not a very convincing all-time high print, right? You just kind of gapped up and then just went sideways. But I mean, it's nothing wrong with it. Just not the greatest price action overall. SMH, again up 2.5. NVIDIA obviously helping. TSM, ASML finally bouncing. AMD, this one's been a laggard here. That got a bounce there. Broadcom still just off all-time highs. So chips still acting very well. Cloud fractionally higher here. Again, just off all-time highs as well. You guys know I love cloud software here. Transport's backing off, down 1.5. I think CSX, yeah, CSX took a hit. So we had JB Hunt and UAL yesterday, and then CSX kind of reversing this. By the way, UAL, I do have a small short on this. And I just want to show you this. This is an airline stock. It's not a biotech stock. It's not a chip stock. It's up over 100% in 2 months. And look at the standard div on that. Is that like 4.5? Crazy move. I think our RSI now is at 90 on the daily. Again, if this was a SMCI, who cares? But it's United Airlines. And just so you know, yes, I just initiated the short. I'm not out of the money from the last 6 weeks or anything crazy. But yeah, UAL, still bonkers move here. Anyway, Dow Transport's here down 1.5. We hit that 16.6 area. I would have been really surprised if we just followed through like that easily today. So it backed off here. Might have one more pullback, one more consolidation, but it looks like it's getting ready to break out. Back over here. Let's talk about China, because everybody's going to ask. And I've been getting these questions a lot. Let me get my moving averages back. There we go. Yeah, it starts to get interesting to me back at this trend line here. This is the Shanghai 20 moving average. Catching up into that area would be an interesting place for a bounce. And the HK, it is into the 20 moving average, but I like this neckline right here. Get a lot of questions about China lately, and rightfully so. Oh, that's what I flipped over to do. Interest rates, 2-year, again, 2s and 5s still flat, still flagging. And again, if the 20 MA catches up on both of these, they're going to go higher. 10s, I told you 4% likely would get defended. It did. 30s got defended as well. We'll talk about oil in a second. But, you know, the concern here could be that the Fed is cutting into growth. XHB down 86 cents, no problems with that. VNQ down 58 cents, no problems there. Good bounce off of our level. XLF very strong, up 1/3%. It did back off the highs, a little bit of a hanger, kind of a doji after a gap up, so maybe a little exhausted there. But still, you know, it's at all-time highs. KRE at multi-year highs. AB at multi-year highs. These are closing highs too, or they're about to be in 30 minutes. Let me guess. I haven't looked at broker dealers all day. I'm just going to guess it's at all-time highs. Yeah, fresh all-time highs. Of course it is. All right, oil here. I like oil. So I have not said those words in a while. Actually, I've said I like it, but I actually think I like what it did today. 3 tails. Very rare to see that. Buyers step in 3 days in a row and defend the 618. And we also had news of Hamas leader dying today, being dispatched. That was the news. What happened right after? You took out the reaction candle. So that would be considered to me a news failure. And if you guys know, if you guys are in the trading room with me, you know, first chart I posted this morning at like 7:30, I said, watch crude for a sweep of the low. We're going long. And it happened so fast, I didn't get the exact low. I mean, I literally blinked my eyes and I missed it, but we still got it and got a nice trade on that. But yeah, I like crude. I think it's going up. If this becomes a third higher low here, and this is bottomed, yields are going to reflect that. XLE, green on the day, still working on firming up here. I think this will follow. XOP actually had a pretty good day, up 1%. And OIH a little bit softer. I think SLB, yeah, they reported the other day. That's right. Yeah. But nice bounce back there. Uranium stocks still going. CCJ, new multi-year highs. Did plenty of videos about this, you know, a while ago. This is a bull market here. I jumped in URNM 2 days ago. I didn't know that Amazon and Meta were going to, the joint task force pump uranium, but the charts told us that was going to happen. These stocks are all acting really well. They're following through on an impulsive move with volume. So URNM, you know, we'll look at around 53, you know, 53.30 with this pivot. And then your next big area is like right around, I'm just going to say like 56, 57. This is where it's had trouble with before. But very strong. NJ, everybody's favorite. Oklo, unless you're one of the people who had the massive short interest in this. SMR paused day after a huge up day. So these are at all-time high. Well, yeah, it's all-time high. But Uranium, you know, DNN, we see these are all acting very well. Long overdue. We've been talking about this for a long time. You guys forced me to put these stocks in the videos every day. You know, just so you guys know. You guys asked for it, and that's why I cover them. NG, junk, going to zero. Probably until the Z contract rolls. That's when it'll start to come back up. But junk, who needs it? It's worthless. By the way, Doomberg did an interview, just joking, but Doomberg did an interview recently. I can't remember who it was with. Might have been Real Vision, on the need for NG to transition to nuclear. Go check that out. Anyway, dollar index 103.88. Those of you in the swing service know I won't shut up about that level. Haven't shut up about it for a long time. There we are, high of the day, 103.87. We'll see if this finally stalls the dollar down. It should. What a rally. What a comeback for the DXY. Gold up 62 bips, new all-time high. GDX, you know, right behind it. Silver flat, but that's still setting up to me. That's still setting up for 35 to 40. I'm going to upgrade it to 40. Originally, I was saying 35 for the longest time, but now that we've had this secondary consolidation and dip, we now have a bigger base, right? So, you know, back here it was like, okay, we could get to 35, but now we've consolidated for, you know, 4 or 5 more months, so we have more energy to release. And actually, let's go back to the monthly. Yeah, see how the 20 MA is catching up? Yeah, so I would say it can overshoot there conservatively. Platinum was up earlier, came back in, but still continuing to firm up. Palladium curling up as well. I want to see a higher high here on the daily. Copper finally with a response. Still down, but I like this candle for bulls here. It's controlled pullback into the 250, right into this pivot breakout area, and it got a reaction. Yeah, could it go a little lower? Yeah. But if this follows through green tomorrow, you could start talking about a WV, right? WV usually is a 618 too, and that's exactly where it went. So I'm not playing it, just throwing it out there. All right. Bitcoin is red. Because Neil Kashkari says it's worthless, so I guess don't own it. No changes. Down 1%, no problems. If it rolls over, I think it's dip. It's something to buy dips in, as you guys know. Anyway, spiders here backing off a little bit as we get close to the end of the day. We'll see if they pin it to 582. It should hold though. But yeah, market's holding up. I think if we trend tomorrow, it'll be the upside. I can't see us selling off hard on an OPEX Friday. Outside of that, we'd probably be pinned. And we'll see what Netflix gives us. Netflix down 12 points on the day. NVIDIA couldn't get the job done. So it's up to the streaming services. So, all right. Anyways, guys, I'm going to wrap it up here. Again, you guys take care. Have a great afternoon. Come find me on CarnivoreTrades.com. I'll see you guys all tomorrow.